Eclipse, now I remember the op on this cipher. There were some
yes.
up moments where it was just 3K after 3K, round after round with him. And what we saw from him before was an interesting camera on the defending side of A side. I remember, it's like all coming back to me at once. Like, I just woke up from a deep slumber of Eclipse. He, outside of the heaven on Haven, would have a fantastic camera overseeing all of long A, pretty much to the entrance of where you connect from the link into Haven. I'm not sure if we're going to see that again, but we're starting off in that pistol round right now. And we're seeing a very aggressive A side push.
Yeah.
Now, normally on the aggressive side of A, you want to poke around a little bit, but it's a pistol round. You might as well not. Cat, though, with a triple kill, taking down the majority of the team. That's been Nacho taking down Cat in the refrag, and Nacho with the double kill, though, taking out Eco. Durza, though, wants to follow up, take down Durza. Durza taking down Platinum, and that's going to be a very, very quick round number 1 for the UBC on the defending side for Haven.
Wow. I didn't even have any time to tell you that Arnold is a replacement for Gunner for the circuit.
Oh, right.
But in respect to the circuit, Arnold has been more of a main player. So yeah, just a quick little update there. And we do see a light buy coming out from the defense here. I don't expect we'll see all too much excitement here for this round. Looks to be a C rush. Just a little bit of a light buy, buying up some ghosts and some utility. And
I mean, when you lost round number 1 so divisively like that, you have to buy up because you realize you can't match up on pistols. Arnold immediately going into that kill on the Platinum. It's going to be a headshot through the smoke. Double kill, triple kill from Arnold. Where did that second kill come from? Durza's going to follow up against Nacho, and that's a 4K from Arnold. Easy peasy. Coco, that's not the only 4K we're going to see from UBC, or specifically from Arnold this game.
Absolutely. I mean, Arnold has just been making waves in this league, really. I mean, every time I've seen him, he's just been on point. And with that 4K, I'd say that one of the most important things is, look at that, he's already halfway towards getting a res. And if he has some more performances like that, we could be seeing 2 reses, maybe even 3 this half. And that's just such big impact play from a Sage.
Big impact indeed. If we see so many revives come out, honestly, I think in total we might have seen 1 death so far when it comes to UBC side. But you know, it's also 2-0. We don't want to discount low looters too much yet. They're going for a split push right now, putting the spike down, looking to see where they can attack, going near B site and garage. Not a lot to really say in the beginning of this push here, but it looks like Cat already playing a little aggressive there. It's going to be taking out Nibbler, but Sekiro going in, taking the refrag on the Cat. It's going to be a matter of what they want to do at this point, because A, for the most part, it's going to be completely trapped up. But C, in Garage, looking like a bit of a stalemate too, and that's going to put the attackers in a huge disadvantage. They're going to be pushing up Garage a little bit, but the Sova there's already there to respond. Hammer on B side has those smokes going down, going to effectively lock them in visually. The Cyber Cage going down as well. That's going to be Hammer being taken down by Nacho. Inspiration may have taken B site. Spike's going to go down on B. And this is going to be a surprising retake for UBC. Suddenly, both trapped on each side of the map. Molly going to be blocking Arnold off from the B-C link. And they're going to make their way in. Arnold takes down Comparison, but Platinum's there for the refrag. Eclipse finding some luck with the double kill. And that is going to be round number 3, going for UBC.
Well, I mean, just a rifle round and a little bit of a blunder there, losing to the not quite perfect buy from the defense there. But what we saw there was just a beautiful retake. And if you look at the money for UBC Premier Team, you know, they're doing very well for themselves. They're starting to build up a little bit of a bank. And for Looter's fan club, they're going to have to kind of just buy some sheriffs and some light armor, maybe a ghost, and just see what they can make happen on this round. Maybe, you know, look towards those hero plays to, you know, make this round a possibility. And one interesting thing I want to highlight is that we see a breach coming out here for the side of UBC Premier Team. They're really believing in their team play possibilities, as Breach is one of those characters that if you don't have team play, well, you just don't get his potential whatsoever. And so really some good confidence coming out, but, you know, sadly he's going to be removed in this round.
Commentator's curse right there. Coco, I think you bring up a good point. Breach is one of those really almost niche agents. I think in terms of design as well as his utility is really specific for how you want to play as an overall team. But when you like they're pretty much playing for picks like UBC is right now, it's an effective pick, but it could be a lot better too. It's interesting to note actually that we don't see Arena coming out from UBC side, but we do see a fairly intel to attack strategic side on both sides, but that's gonna be Durza with the double kill on C, just almost without effort, and that's gonna be Durza though going down. Platinum was a double kill. I think I've seen Looters actually play before. Platinum was a top fragger for his team, and I had seen them play for promo many moons ago, it feels. Hammer though looking to get this retake on the plant. Looking around right now, gonna find one body, gonna find almost two bodies, trying to get that final kill. There we go, double kill. That's gonna be 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, well, that round got way too close and way too uncomfortable for the UBC Premier team. As just, well, you don't want to be getting those rounds so close. It was a light buy. Yes, they had sheriffs and light armor, but, I mean, to lose 3 people in what should essentially be a relatively free round, that's going to make it very costly, and it's going to bite them in the bank a bit. And so, we're going to see an op come out onto that breach. I like to see this just because going for those early peaks is very, very good. And especially on a breach, you can fall back and then stall them out if they're going to try and just hold W at you and, charge you down with that operator.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that despite the really bad economy that Looters had last round, they still managed to get half of their plants down this game. 2 of the 4 rounds so far did go down in plants, especially with such a bad economy. Durza going to use the super arrow in the beginning. Not going to get any damage from that, but we are going to get the intel that there will be a garage push here, and Durza going to try to go for the shock arrows. Just take a little bit of damage, see what sticks. Not a whole lot going to stick, unfortunately, but we are going to see that rotate to C. Durza in a sticky situation to go down from the Hellfire. Platinum following up, taking down Arnold. C site getting hotly contested right now, and that's but Nacho taking out Eclipse, and Cat, last one alive, needs to pull a rabbit out of his hat. He does have options right now, but he's stuck with the op. He's gonna have to maintain his distance, and when you need to do a bomb defuse retake on C site, having those short angles entering from either B link on CT or from garage is not the weapon you want to have. And I think he realizes this might be the end of their momentum right here. And he's going to look for those exit frags around CT. And that's pretty much going to secure the round right there.
Well, a 4-0 start is absolutely nothing to scoff at. And they have the bank to fall back on. Hammer with $5,500 in his pocket. And if you look at the attacking side, they only really have about 1,800. With this round win, that will start to build up a bit, but still, they can't afford to lose many rounds, as heavy armor plus a rifle, well, that's 3,900 right there, and if you want utility, well, that's all the more money.
Looters so far having the most success on the C site. We've seen every time they've attempted to go on C site, we have seen a spike plant go down. So already that's an inclination that maybe that might be a weaker defense point for UBC side. But we do see UBC stacking up on C almost every single round. Eclipse is able to hold down A as well as he can, but we can see that Cat switched positions away from A long and now going to be focusing on garage. I think he's going to go for a less aggressive play this time around and wait just like that with the op. Makes so much sense. He's remaining with the op and going to go for those long angles instead.
Oh, Caster's Curse once again. You say he's going to play defensive, and then he gets a pick right off the bat about, 20 seconds in. The Spike's still down in their spawn, and the defense, they've really put something together here. I mean, Nibbler, he has been clearing out A short, but he has yet to really find a fight here. Echo Lips not looking to give him really anything but Nibbler. He's made it up so far. He will get spotted out, but he does pick up the kill on the Hammer.
Yeah, Eclipse right now really good with that Cypher, just holding down A site by himself historically. Nibbler's going to back off because the Cyber Cages come out, and just buy yourself a jet, even if you do have that vertical advantage. You don't want to scoff at the Cyber Cage because you don't know where those tripwires are. Those can really mess you up, especially as Jet. Well, even with Jet, you can kind of get around them, but that you need the foresight to know where they're probably going to be. And with Eclipse, they could be anywhere. But we do see that C rushed right now. Durza with the Owl drone getting that intel for the rest of the team that the spike plant is going to go down. That's going to be Nibbler, no, I'm sorry, not Nibbler. It's going to be Nacho bringing that spike plant down, and they're going to be evacuating C site. So it seems like they're going to get that crossfire going on right here. We do see Sekiro going to be in the way of the Breach ult, and Breach ult is super nasty to see, especially with the op. It's just a great follow-up option. And really, it's going to come down to what Nacho can connect with. He gets 1 kill on the Eclipse, but it's not going to be enough because Cat gets the follow-up in Platinum, taking down Arnold. Going to suddenly become a 2v1 situation. Never mind 2-0 because Cat with a 3k on that op is downright nasty.
Well, what we saw from that round was the attackers rather being very good about forcing out these rotations from the defense, and they just weren't able to close out the round though. As the defense, well, they just came in with something else on that retake, just taking heads and taking names. But I mean, the attacker's strategy there would have worked if the fights had gone their way, just as they were able to force those rotations off, make the defense sweat a little bit, make them doubt their own defaults. And I mean, it didn't pan out that round, but it could pan out if they try it again.
Now, something of note is that Nibbler is rocking the op and having literally no income left from it. It's a risky spot too. You have high risk, high reward, facing off potentially with Hemmer, who is just kind of rotating around B side looking for any kind of action going on. I don't know how I feel about this play from Nibbler. They did rotate around. They're pushing up on B, trying to scout it out. But even then, you've not wasted. You spent all of your economy on this. And so far, you haven't really made a statement to prove your worth on that yet. That makes any sense. And they're going to rotate out. It looks like they're going to be prepping for an A push. And that's going to be Cat taking down Nacho. And you lost a lot of your smoke potential already for the B site. Cat holding on to A, and that's going to be an op battle against Nibbler. Nibbler's barely not getting that shot on the Cat. That was really commendable, though. Super arrow, however, from the Sova. Not going to find too much either, but it's going to be a huge A rush. It seems like the majority of, looters realizes this is a terrible idea. They've stacked it up. There's a Cypher on their side. It's going to be free on probably C, but no, they've proven me wrong. They're going to be rotating away and split pushing between A long and A short. And the sewer is going to find not any action, but Eclipse is waiting on the other side, just waiting for any action. As soon as he hears those footsteps, Cyber Cage is going to go down, and Nibbler going for that vertical play, going to be taken down. And Sekiro, though, follows up with a double kill. A-side is looking suddenly really good. The spike carrier gets killed. You got to plant it right now. You have 1 second to plant this. It takes 4 seconds to plant it down, and you may have ran out of time, and you have officially ran out of time. UBC taking their 5th round. Sixth round.
Yeah, Hemmer at the end of that round, a little bit of, giving away a freebie there. But like you said, with Nibbler and that op, I mean, you're going to see him at 2,400 credits. That's nothing. That is chump change. This man has nothing left after buying up that operator and getting absolutely nothing done with it. I think he got 1 kill in that round. And that just has to... Oh, he didn't. He got nothing.
No, I don't believe he did, no.
That has to be a big disappointment for him. And, well, his team will be kind enough to buy him a rifle, but he's barely able to afford his utility and heavy armor.
Yeah, so, I feel like if you're a Nibbler right now, you're kind of in the doghouse. I mean, it was a good idea in theory, but it was just the wrong time to do it. If you waited around and played the op this round, I think it would have been much more effective. Now that Owl Drone is going to spot out Nibbler, but I don't think you could get off it in time. Nibbler making it up, though, getting the double kill on the Hemmer and Durza. And wow, okay, impressive performance from this, impressive performance from this Jet. Now, Arnold's going to find a little bit of action right now, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to dial it back, wait for that spike plant to go down. Speaking of plant going down, I'm trying to observe a little bit right now, and there we go, spike going down, Arnold getting in Harrison down as well. That's going to be the spike, and again, you're in a tough spot. For UBC, that's the Sage Vault was down. You only have one way to really attack the site, and we mentioned this before the game started. It's really down to just Garage. Garage, however, going to be almost completely surrounded by the Hellfire, especially. Nibbler takes down Arnold, and you're just down to the Breach. That Breach is going to be able to find some motive, or some attack, but the Hellfire is going to go down once that diffuser begins, and that might be, yeah, you have to save at that point, not even beginning the touch. Once it starts going fast, you're out of time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there really wasn't much hope there, and, Sage kind of giving away her life just a little bit for free there. It was looking doable, but you don't want to res in there. You really don't have a way into sight. You have a Sage wall in your face, and they know that you're going to want to come through Garage, so, they're just watching Garage and making sure that you have no way into that retake scenario. And one interesting thing is that Dursa has currently bought a Bucky. And, it's an interesting gun. It can go one way or another. It doesn't necessarily go in your favor, but he's gonna try and make it work. Dursa, he's done crazier things. And so, Nibbler, as we said last round, he really opened it up.
Yeah, he really did open it up. He opened up a lot of possibilities for looters right now. That 2K definitely helped kind of snowball the situation into allowing the attacking team to get a C-site plant. And, if Nibbler can just keep doing that round after round, we can easily see we could definitely see a 6-6 or even 6+ attacks that go down for the second half. But Platinum taking out Arnold, but Cat claps back with a double kill. Sekiro taking out Cat in the refrag though. Nacho taking out Durza. It's again a war zone outside of B. Looters is having a difficult time right now because they can push B, but they know Hemmer and Eclipse are just waiting around the corner. So whether they know it or not, they don't have the intel per se, but A is their best option. Hemmer's going to be putting the molly out of Garage, completely denying that push. And so we're going to see a C-long aggressive play, but Hemmer's already prepared for it. And they're not being quiet about it whatsoever. Hemmer spots out visually that Sekiro has pushed up. I don't know how to say his name. Sankiru? Eclipse, though, taking down Sekiro, but that's going to be Nacho and Platinum taking them down. And that's going to be another win for Looters. And right now, 6-3 is actually not a bad area to be in right now. And let's take a look at the economy, too. That is a great area to be in for both teams. And actually, the economy for UBC is not looking good right now, Coco.
No, it's really not. They've been able to pick up rounds, but they haven't been able to build up any sort of bank. And that goes for both teams. We're going to see that if they lose a round, they could be forced just into a simple, light buy. And that never feels good. You have a Sheriff and a Dream, and most of the time that Dream isn't even realized. And Nibbler with the aggression there. I'm not, it works out in the end, but after missing those knives, he did catch Dursa unaware, so it does pan out for him. And, well, I mean, look at Nibbler. We were talking about his 2K aggression earlier, and now with a 3K. Echo Lips does remove him, but, that has to feel good if you're Nibbler. Just completely opening up this round.
Exactly where you are.
I mean, dying in any FPS game sucks, but if you get a 3K before you go down, you're feeling really good about yourself no matter what. You're just padding your stats, and in Valorant specifically, you're padding up that economy for not only you, but your team as well. You're feeling good right now. And right now, UBC does have the man advantage. They do have the super arrow on the Sova as well. It's just a matter of where you want to use it, and even if it's worth using it this late in the round. Platinum, however, going to change up the game a little bit, reviving Nacho, and that's going to allow an even man count for the last 40 seconds of this round. Now, here's the... What's up?
We saw a res for both teams there. Both teams losing 3 people, but both deciding, let's make this a 3v3. And, that could bite them in the butt a bit in the future if they wanted to use a res during a different round. Although they do make this one even. So it's just a trading of ultimates, and that's nothing too crazy.
We do have the super arrow come out from Durza. It's not going to connect at all, however, but they do get the intel that it's going to be a B plant. Nacho taking down Arnold. Probably going to be a refrag momentarily, and it looks like it might be going to Durza. Durza went with the refrag onto Nacho, but Platinum having his number right away. That's going to be Durza off the board. Eclipse needs to find a way to he's been identified now. He shot the camera. That's going to give away where he's at. Platinum taking down Eclipse, and that's going to be a 6-4 lead, 6-4 lead for UBC. Honestly, the game is getting much closer. It seems like Looter's fan club has really figured out the overall defensive strategy that UBC wants to bring out, and they're taking full advantage of that. The answer is pretty much just aggression and coordination. And, we were kind of harking on Looters at the beginning of the game, but they have really pulled up in these last few rounds really effectively.
Absolutely. You know, there was a 4-0 lead, but then, you know, look at this, it's a 4-6, so they haven't really given anything up. And I like this early aggression from Dursa, as well as from Nibbler, able to remove Arnold right away and already have, well, Dursa's back and he's trapped pretty much. But Nibbler opting for the even more aggressive play towards CT to try and find Hammer.
This is by far the quickest plant we have seen in the game so far. Statistically speaking, that it has gone very well for a C plant for Looter's side. They have only fumbled, I think, one defuse on C side, and the whole time they've been able to get plants. Durza, however, stuck in garage. It's not looking good. Cad does use his ult, and he's not going to find anyone to connect it with. That's going to be a bad situation to be in overall. The defuse might go down. Durza taking down Nacho. It's a back and forth between the two teams. Secure on Platinum getting their respective kills. And that is Nibbler again with the 3K. Wow, talk about commentators curse Coco, because I said that we would be seeing a lot of 3 or 4Ks from UBC's side. But honestly, I think Nibbler just kind of took that same energy and translated it to their team. They just absorbed what we've been talking about and using it as fuel for their own attack.
Well, a few rounds ago, we were kind of harping on Nibbler for going for that really early op and that expensive, you know, all or nothing play. It didn't work out then, but, I mean, this man's made magic happen. And so, you know, that's putting their economy in a pretty good spot, as well as putting, well, UBC's economy in less than an ideal spot. But it is the last round, so economy at this point doesn't matter. You know, we could see a 6-6 half, and I mean, you know, Looter's fan club, they've just been on a tear recently, stringing together 4 rounds in a row. That's, you know, that's really, really impressive, especially after taking such an early loss in that round lead, able to bring it back to their side.
Now, the main question, of course, is being the last round in the first half, is this going to be an attacker-sided game for both sides? Even though, well, UBC did get 4 rounds in a row initially. Is that going to be enough, though? Will they need to also really bring it back on the attack, or are they going to struggle a lot? That's what we're going to have to see. Emma Person does get the super arrow going out, identifying Eclipse, I believe. Eclipse is going to back off a little bit, but there we go. Nibbler attempting to use the ult, not going to find Eclipse, but instead Eclipse finds Nibbler, and that's going to be Hammer taking out Eclipse. I'm sorry, taking down Sekiro, and that is going to be a really good position with 30 seconds left for UBC. The Spike trying to make their way to A long. They don't want to go for C site. And statistically speaking, we have not even seen a Spike be put down yet on the attack. But that could very well change now. They have 15 seconds to make something happen. Intel Dart's going to go down. Nacho taking down Durza. 3 Eclipse with the return. Emma Person takes down Eclipse in the refrag. Hellfire going down. And that just might secure. No, the Spike plant does go down. Hammer through the Hellfire, taking down Nacho. Now suddenly the pressure is on UBC. Only 1 left alive for I'm a Person. That defuse is going to go down. And not the 6-6 split we were thinking of seeing potentially, but rather a 7-5 going into the second half.
We're just seeing a little bit of a utility fired off at the end of that half. A little bit of a celebration there, getting that half in, you know, towards them. That 7-5, it's very, very good. Now all they have to do is string together 6 rounds in this half, and they have the map. Now, on attackers, you know, stringing together, you know, 6 rounds, that's nothing to scoff at. You know, there's going to be some very, very impressive takes coming out here, I'd imagine. But, you know, I'm starting to favor the attackers, not just because of the round score, but just because of how composed they look in those final rounds of last half.
They looked really composed, Coco, and they took full advantage of C-Site. You know, it's interesting to note that C-Site was the most effective site for Looters when they were on the attack. They had some success on B, not a lot, but they had 0 success on A site. And I'm wondering if we're going to see a similar pattern on the reverse this time. Nibbler playing inside sewers right now, trying to see what he can find. Maybe he can find a quick headshot. Not going to find a whole lot, unfortunately. And we're seeing a much more, not aggressive. We're seeing a slow attack from the start of UBC. It's going to be a split push going through garage and going through C long. It's all pistols right now, so there's no gun or utility advantage per se. It's going to be straight on aggressive plays now for UBC. I'm a Person does take down Arnold, and that's going to be the double kill follow-up for on Durza. Hammer taking down I'm a Person. Platinum with the refrag on the hammer. Like I said, both teams are really good about getting those refrag potentials, and that's not something you see a whole lot in Valorant. These two teams are exceptional at that, and Cat stringing together 2 kills and Eclipse helping out with a 3rd. That is going to be a tough situation to be in, but Nibbler pulling through with a double kill at the very end, bringing the defuse. 7-6, first round of the second half, looking like it might go to Looters.
Well, all that composure, you know, it's just taking a little bit of a hit. Cat and Eclipse, they're able to string together an amazing 3K coming out of CT, making that round very, very competitive, but they just weren't ready for Nibbler's flank. And, well, Nibbler, I'm thinking, you know, he's on the defense, but when he was on attack, we saw these amazingly aggressive plays coming out from him. Just the confidence, taking these fights, knowing he can win them. We saw a very early 2K from him, just running up mid, removes one, removes a second, and then, you know, he does get removed himself, but that's more than worthwhile. And, you know, he's on defense. I'm not thinking these attackers will know what hit them on these rounds where he does opt to go aggressive, as he is, you know, currently doing.
Yeah, aggressive plays indeed. Not too uncommon for the Jet, but I don't think Looters is prepared for the really aggressive plays and takes that we see on C-side right now. Fight plant already going down. Nacho takes down Hammer. A triple kill, excuse me, for Nacho going onto Arnold right there. This is a fantastic play going out from the teams right now. And Nibbler again with the double kill, following up the very end. That might have been the quickest round we have seen out of all the rounds tonight. And that's saying something with some exceptional plays going through. And that's going to even out 7-7 across the board between the two teams. The economy looking really good on both sides as well.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, you know, Nibbler with that aggression, it wasn't panning out that round as he was making his way up A short or sewers, and, you know, they were going through C, but, you know, that aggression not quite working out. We do see 5 Vandals here. We've seen a lot of, especially tonight, we've seen a lot of Phantoms being favored, but because it is Haven, you have those long sight lines, so you really want to have that one-tap potential from any range. And, you know, we're going to see, I'd imagine, a rather slow round here from the attackers, but the defense stacking up 3 on B. You know, they're just going to charge! Oh my god!
Oh no, shut
Look
down
at
immediately. It looks like it was foreseen that Nibbler would be super aggressive, and wow!
Looks like they're just trying to get that round over with, you know, move on to the next round, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, they just decided, you know, we'll get an alt charge from dying, and may as well, why not? I disagree with that play just a bit, but yeah, they're the team, and yeah.
To be fair, that was the first win on the second half that UBC has had, and I think that might be starting the momentum going again, because the super aggressive plays was very tunnel vision worthy, I would say. Maybe it was, like you said, getting the round over with, and now everyone's playing normally again.
Well, I mean, Nibbler nearly getting that wallbang damage, but unable to do so. But now we see for these attackers, they're starting to build up a bit of an economy. With the last round kind of, you know, being thrown away, you almost... I disagree with that, because if you were to stay back and maybe get 1 or 2 picks, you could start to hurt their economy just a little bit. But by going so aggressive right off the bat and getting punished for it, their economy's in better shape than ever.
Yeah, no, I think, actually, no, I was wrong. You're completely right about that. The economies of both teams completely improved. I think it was kind of a light by round. I could be mistaken. Sekiro, whoa, Nibbler with a double kill on the op. Not something you see every day. And that might have been a collateral, actually. But
No,
Sekiro,
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't? My bad, my bad. And Sekiro does follow up onto the Sage kill as well. Suddenly the spike is down and you're kind of at a standstill what to do with your Cat and Sova. I'm a person trying to find those kills, not gonna be able to connect it. Cat is looking for anyone to peek out and be overly aggressive, trying to punish something, but not finding a lot. Smartly enough, Looter's hiding behind a little bit, gonna be blinded by the breach. Cat wants to make the follow-up, but Sekiro kind of figures out when they want to push up, and that's gonna be taking down Cat relatively blinded. Durza, last one alive, realizes there's 13 seconds left, tries to run away, but Nibbler with a 3K on the op says, no, not today. Your economy's still going to be hurt. More cheese in our pockets, and that's going to even it out once again, 8-8.
well, not being able to save that rifle, it isn't the worst thing to happen because they were allowed to build up that economy on that really light buy aggressive round that we saw earlier. But yeah, it's not going to be the worst, but that's certainly not what you want to happen. You want to save that Vandal, that way you could maybe bring out an op on one of your players, but you know, I mean, Nibbler, he's really come alive in this second half. The first half I was a little bit, you know, worried about him, but no, this man, you know, he's put all the doubters to sleep with this. Or rather, he's woken everyone up as he's also woken up.
I mean, yeah, woken up, I think, honestly, is an understatement. He has been, I think he's the MVP of the match so far. He has just been playing so consistent and so aggressively consistent as well. Usually you see over-aggressiveness get punished immediately, but not Nibbler. Nibbler's only been punished a few times. Cat right now trying to... Oh, he is charging up. He's ready to super blind someone. I cannot talk. Ready for that charge onto Garage. It's going to be blinded out. Not much to really be said. Can't be finding too much. All going to go down as well. And that's going to be a C push again. Nacho and Platinum. And Platinum with a double kill, actually. Eclipse punishes Nacho, but Platinum gets away. Recon Bolt's going to spot someone out. And again, Nibbler with an up double kill. Oh my god. Holy moly. What an impressive turnout. 8 and 9 now. You have the lead as looters.
Yeah, well, Nibbler just making it work and making it look so good. I mean, I was a little bit hesitant when I saw this Jet pick come out because Jet is really, really good if she can get an op in her hands, but she's not the most fantastic agent all around. You know, you're very much about that frags, kind of like Reyna. You know, if you're not fragging, you're not doing your job. And well, Nibbler, he's been doing a wonderful job.
I agree with that. I think Jet and Reyna are very selfish agents, but if you can frag out, that is what your agent utility is designed entirely around, and doing quite a good job of doing that. It looks like it's going to be a B push, however. It's going to be from B main. A lot of the rotations going from C link. That is going to be a really awkward position for everyone to be in. That's going to be Cat finding one alt kill from Breach, which you don't see every day. Durza following up. Securo taking out Eclipse. Cat again, double kill. Taking out Nacho and Securo again. Taking down Hammer. It's a back and forth. Durza with the op kill so up close and close range, taking out I'm a Person. And it's going to be leaving Senkiro last one alive. He needs to find that defuse. And you're in such an awkward spot right now. The op is going to miss, and that's going to be Arnold following up. And that's going to be a thrifty win, bringing it up to a tie again. This is going to be on the second win in the second half for UBC. Not really showing up as strong as they did in the first half.
Yeah, we do see the double op actually coming out for the defense here. Nibbler deciding that he wants some backup here from I'm a Person. And I'm interested to see what the Sova can do. You know, he's been doing very, you know, well for himself, especially using that Hunter's Fury. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see the double op. It's rather punishing on the economy if you do just lose a round. But out towards C Long, he's going to take the duel with Cat. And, oh, Cat wins that one. That's not what you want to see.
Commentator's curse. But with that being said, it's a back and forth at C Long. Nibbler! Good God! Oh my god. Okay, wow. Faster than I can even react to C. Almost trying to get that second kill. That was some straight, that was a rat play right there from Nibbler. That was really nice to see. In Garage, Nacho following up, taking down Cat as well. We're not going to see the Sova Super at Hunter's Fury. Senkiro, though, holding down A-side, just like Eclipse, going to get the double kill, but getting traded out by Hammer. And that's going to be Nibbler finishing it off with a double kill on the Hammer. Nibbler, holy crap, Coco. What is going on? He took his brain medicine before this match.
Absolutely. I mean, it's such an even game, and in these even games, you really need, you know, your individual talent to just shine through, and I think we're seeing that, you know, in droves here. Nibbler just able to show up round after round, 22 kills on the board. He almost has a 2.0 KD ratio. If he gets 2 more, we'll be looking at a 2.0 in Valorant, which is very rare to see. And, you know, it's such an even scoreline as well. It's just back and forth. Like, we're 9-10 in the second half. No one has yet to take a lead. They just won a thrifty round. That's really, really impressive. And we do see that Hunter's Fury coming out. Does not deal any sort of damage. Looks like it might have tagged the Sova, but, you know, that's nothing. That's not too bad, as we do see this B aggression coming through.
B aggression once again, gonna get shut down by the Sage Wall. Already going down, but the Sage Wall comes back open, and that is just an awkward position to hit. Durza and Cat going down from Sekiro, and Hemmer, again, always there with the refrag, trading again in person, taking down Arnold with a double kill, actually, following up on the Hemmer. The bomb, the spike plant's gonna go down, and it's not gonna be a win for UBC, but here's the thing, though. They have complete ults on their team now, and they're gonna have to use it relatively soon because it's 9-11, not in their favor. They maintained a really good lead in the first half, but they're not showing up, only getting 2 rounds in the second half. But again, you have room to play with if you are looters, and they have really shown what they can do.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's talk about all 5 of the ultimates. I'm thinking, you know, it's a rifle round and your economy's nearly broken if you are a UBC Premier. You know, you're gonna want to use these ultimates to give you basically a free round. Because if you don't get a round soon, you know, you're facing down, you know, you're giving away the map, basically.
And before we had seen UBC play exceptionally well, I think it was almost a 13-0. It may have been like a 13-3 in their favor against, I want to say, Midland University. So this is definitely a change of pace. Cat taking down Nibbler straight away. That is going to be a huge blunder for looters. You lose your top frag almost immediately. Trying to take care of the site, but Sekiro not able to find any kills. UBC coming back with a vengeance this time. Bomb plant going down. Not even needing to use any of the ults so far. It's going to leave 2 people left alive on Looter's side. I'm a person trying to find a kill. Oh, wow, a panic shot from I'm a person taking out Durza. Hemmer following up once again. The follow-up king over here. That's going to leave Nacho last alive. He's going to play around in heaven, but he gets a crazy headshot onto Arnold. Is it going to be enough? He gets the double kill onto Eclipse, but the 3K from Cat's going to shut it down before it can translate into anything else, and it's going to bring it 10-11, double digits for both sides.
Yeah, well, I mean, early on, I was thinking, you know, Breach might not be the best character. It's so heavy on the teamwork. But look at him, 21, 13, and 6. He's been making this work. He's been making it look good. Cat is just, you know, putting on quite the show. If you're a Breach player out there and you want to improve, maybe watch this man.
Yeah, I think Breach is the most sleeper character in this game. I think a lot of people are turned off from him because his abilities are fairly complex from the start. But they do have a high skill ceiling too, but also his design just sucks. Anyways, Nibbler though, playing around in sewer, rotating back onto site. He's on the up again. He wants to play a little bit safer, I think, or maybe just kind of rotating between the sites, looking to see if there's any action on B. Spoiler alert, there isn't. But it looks like we're seeing a much more slower attack. The aggressive play last round worked really well for UBC, but it looks like this time around they want to play a little bit slower. Not so much play with their food, but they want to make sure they can get their initial picks and play off of that and see where their defenses are weakened. But right now, with a minute left on the clock, we're not seeing any headway made by UBC. They're poking around at what looks like to be a C push going through Garage. C side being a little lackluster in that defense. They do have I'm a person and Nacho kind of waddling around on the side, but no real dedication to it. But they've heard Garage and Hellfire's going to go down, shutting down that push so quickly. 30 seconds left. You need to be as aggressive as possible. Breach ult going down. Most of the ults have actually gone out by now on UBC's side. Echo taking down I'm a person. Cyber Cage going to be taken advantage of. Not going to follow up, unfortunately. And that is going to be Dursa taking out Nacho with a shotgun. Revive on Platinum. Nibbler with an op kill onto Hemmer. Where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-up, Hemmer? Oh, he's dead. Never mind. But that's going to be the spike going down on C site. And now it's just an awkward game of trying to take it back. Cat taking down Nibbler. It's looking like a UBC game right here. Nacho with Durza being taken down for the count. You only have 2 defenders left. 1 defender left. Eclipse with the 3K. He's on fire right now. And the Sage is in a sticky situation. She's been identified. Who's going to find it? And it's going to be Eclipse with the 4K. Bringing it to an even 11-11 in game 1. Versus UBC Premier in Looter's Fan Club. It's a back and forth, Coco. It is nonstop. We thought we might have had a winner in the first half. We thought we might have had a different winner in the second half, but it's anybody's game. We are most likely going to go down to sudden death.
I think sudden death is absolutely where this is headed. We do see an Ares coming out on Sankiru, which is, you know, a less than ideal weapon, but hey, if it works, it works. And especially on Cypher, he's one of those agents that can make it work with those cyber cages, just spamming it out, really. Nibbler, early dash here. And, I mean, you know, I'd just like to highlight that last round, we saw 4 ultimates for this attacker's side coming out. They're gonna probably not have another ultimate for this entire, you know, until we make it to overtime. And, you know, that it was a lot of commitment to that one round, but I'd say it would be warranted just because they need to get that round. Otherwise, their economy is in shambles and they just won't be able to close this out and handing over match point, really.
Yeah, and handing over the match point this late into the game is not something you want whatsoever. UBC Sage does have the revive. Keep that in the back of your heads, ladies and gentlemen, because that we might see that very soon be a game changer. It's a C push right now, but it looks like it's getting dialed back and maybe going to be a dedicated garage push if they can overwhelm what Nacho's doing. Nacho, as predicted, goes down from Hammer. Is that going to be enough? No, they pivot and go for the B-side push. Ares taking down Durza, but Eclipse is there for the refrag immediately. Cat taking down Nibbler as well. Top frag off the board. The UBC revive comes out onto Durza. 5v2, bringing that spike plant down. This is the play that UBC has needed to bring it to match point, it seems. I'm a person.
They're saving.
I am a person in platinum. You're absolutely right, Coco. Saving this late in. It's a 2v5. They don't know how to push this. Is it possible? That's right. You can't push this at all. Your best bet is to rotate all the way around and go through mid. But the Sage is waiting. You have the Breach waiting at the main window, and you have the rest of the team acting as a death squad, waiting for the rest of the teams to come out, finding Cubby. And once Cubby's found out, and it's going to be moments from now, it's going to be a bloodbath, and Eclipse trying to go for it, going to take down one, but I'm a person trades down to another, and Hemmer, post round, takes down I am a person. And I see that look on your face, Coco. You are perplexed. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
It's going to be... magic is what this round is going to have to be for the defenders here. They have no money left. They went for the save, but saving out C long, that's the oldest trick in the Valorant book. And so we're going to see the Ares once again just trying to cobble together a rifle by here. It's all they have left in the bag, and they want to go to overtime. They want to go to sudden death. They don't want to lose a map like this. They had such a lead, and it's all gone downhill. Nibbler, he has the ultimate, so that'll give him quite the load of firepower right off the bat. And, you know, this is not the situation you want to be when the enemy has match point.
It's not the position you want to be in at all. And here's the main question. How do you bring this to a 13-11 if you're UBC? What can you do? You've been playing aggressive for so long, but it's been punished. You don't want to get too cocky, because if you play overly aggressive right now, it's going to get in your head. And we could see a reversal score right now. Durza and the rest of his squad looking like they're going to keep peeking C long. But look at that defensive side. They're not taking any chances right now. We are seeing almost a full stack on a C. But that's going to leave B clear, except for Nibbler. Nibbler has their ult. They're going to revive. Oh, I'm sorry, not revive. They're going to updraft themselves onto the top, getting a little bit of damage onto that Sova, but Eclipse taking down Nibbler, and that might be a B plant. They could go with A. It's clear right now, but we're going to see that A plant go down. Hammer with a double kill. I'm a person with the Hunter's Fury taking down Hammer. It's a 2v2. That spike is not down. In fact, it's the worst kind of down. It is on nobody's person.
25 seconds left.
20 seconds left.
It's getting dangerous. They have to shoot down their own wall. Arnold's still trying to bring it through, but Platinum, all he has to do is play for time, but he's unable to. Cat, oh, that has to feel bad if you are Looter's fan club. You were so close to overtime, but still, just, you know, rotating on the C, 4 players. They're not going to go C again. They've done C so many times. And so we just see that B aggression, only Nibbler to defend, and he's unable to really make anything happen there with his knives. A valiant attempt, a beautiful performance from Nibbler, but just, yeah, unable to finish off that game for his team. And that has to hurt if you are Looter's fan club.
I think it would be unfair for me to say the whole reason why Looter's fan club lost was solely because of Nibbler. I think Nibbler
No.
would put Looter's fan club on the map in that second
Yeah.
half. I just wish
Well,
if he had played a little bit better for maybe at least 2 rounds on that first half, that would have been a Looter's game. But overall,
absolutely.
this was a very attacker-sided game,
Yeah.
and both teams played super well. There's nothing really I could comment on, Coco, about them saying, just like the previous set we had, both teams played really well. The rotations were on point. It was just a matter of when it really came down to, I want to say it was pretty much UBC with Hammer and those masterful refrags every single time someone on Looters got a kill. Hammer was right there like a parasite, just taking them down. There was no breathing room at all that match.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see the breach pick actually working out that time. I have yet to really see one work out, but just making everything happen. They're giving his riflers, all that more room to work with. It's so much easier to take someone down with a Phantom when they're concussed. And so, we're seeing those rifle rounds come through, as well as, I mean, nobody played badly that match. Everyone was absolutely carrying their weight. They made it so close. We were 1 round away from sudden death, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. To fight, UBC Premier Team to such a close match. That is, you have to be feeling good about yourself, but also kicking yourself just a bit because, you're so close to taking a map off of them, which is,
Yeah, like we said before, it was a really close game between the two teams, but honestly, go back, if you're either of those teams or even just a passionate viewer for Valorant esports, go back and VOD review this game. I definitely will be. I think personally, I've learned a lot about, attacking and even especially defender rotations on Haven, which can be one of the hardest things inside this game. I think a lot of people should watch how Nibbler played, especially on those op kills in the second half, because the way he pivoted himself around the map, seemingly everywhere at once, was really exceptional. Of course, the support players as well. Like I said, Hammer, um, I'm blanking on the Sage's name. They played super well as well.
I'm
And it's
also
just,
blanking.
I know it's one of those things where you just remember some certain players so well,
Mhm.
and although everyone played super well, it's one of those things. But I believe we have map number 2 for them as well, right? I just want to see if we can get any confirmation on that.
Yeah, and map number 1 went to 24 rounds. There's only 25 possible rounds, so
Yes,
I'm
we do have map
thinking,
2.
map 2. This is going to be quite the show, quite the showdown. We could be seeing a 2-0 sweep here, or we could be going all the way to 3 maps, but it's all ahead, so
You
I
know what,
believe.
Coco? It's 11:49 at night. I am fully prepared for that map number 3. Let's see it happen.
Absolutely. We'll go until 1 in the morning.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Back way back when I started casting, I would sometimes commentate for the South American leagues for some FGC games, and I would wake up and commentate at like 4:30 in the morning. And let me tell you, my eyes were closed for some of those entire rounds, and I would just guess what happened. Way back, I was a bad commentator back then. Not, I think I've improved a little bit, but
Yeah.
I don't want to relive those days.
Well, looks like we have a 10-minute break ahead, and so go and grab a snack, maybe grab something to drink, maybe chill out a bit, maybe play a Spike Rush game. I mean, who knows? Those go by really rather fast. So we're going to cut to break now, and we have map 2 between Looter's Fan Club and UBC Premier Team coming up right after this short. Alrighty, welcome back to the promo gaming. Well, it's part 2 of our best of 3 between Looter's Fan Club and UBC Premier Team. We had a little bit of a miscommunication, and so, you know, my friend Keglunek, he'll be joining us in just a bit. But, you know, it was... the 10-minute break was after the map ended, not when I said it was, so my apologies on that one. But we are moving to bind between this, and for the last map, you know, we went to 24 rounds, and that is quite the close map. You know, there's only a possibility of 25 rounds, and so, you know, 24, that's something amazing, and we're getting into game right now. And we do see a Reyna pickup for the side of Looter's Fan Club, deciding to go for the Reyna pick. I think that pick is very, very interesting, and I'm starting to disagree with it being the meta pick, but frankly, the meta doesn't really matter, because it's all about, you know, getting the rounds and getting the wins. If you feel good on Reyna, then you go for it. But we do see, you know, no Phoenix showing up. We have seen Phoenixes in the past. In our earlier series today, we saw a Phoenix come out, and he did absolute work. And so, Nibbler on the raise, was on the jet last round. They're going to take some early aggression out B long. Nibbler able to pick up a kill on the cat. And so the slow orb now comes through, and that will slow them down here. And, well, they've already been able to get this into a 5v4 situation. That's going to favor the attackers here. Nibbler going to put out his boom buddy here, trying to clear this out. Dursa happy to be on site, happy to be so safe. And so, you know, Arnold holding this elbow, and Nibbler to peek him out, but Arnold will pick up that kill nice and easy. Platinum able to trade it back onto Echo Lips, and Hammer with the double kill. Spike is going to be going down onto A site here. And we do have one coming out of Lance, and that is going to be Dursa. Dursa able to pick up Sankiru, and now it's just I'm a person in a 1v3 situation. He gets Dursa, and if he's able to get Hammer, he'll be able to possibly pick it up, but no. Hammer able to get that 3k and secure his team. Well, Looter's Fan Club, their first round, and most likely a second round as well. Light bars are very powerful against an eco.
Hello, I'm back. I overplayed the amount of time we had on our break. To be fair though, in my wholehearted defense, ramen and eggs is a great combination.
Absolutely. No one's gonna stop you on that. Yes, we just had a little bit of a miscommunication, so Keglenek rather is gonna be, well, he's just a little bit late, but frankly, ramen and eggs, I'd say that's worth being late for.
You. I'm glad you understand. But you know what else I also understand? A B push right now. We see the shorty coming out from Nibbler. Already, this is spicy right here. They're playing full Rainbow Six right now, full tactical action. They're gonna notice someone just barely poking out behind the cargo crates. They're trying to get the full cross map kill, but that's gonna be Cat on their signature Reyna, getting that double kill with the Stinger, no less, on the B site, and that's gonna be Dursa with a follow up on the Sankiro. It's not looking great. In fact, Sage on the attack is cutting through A, going all the way around without the spike. That would have been the perfect opportunity for a plant. They probably take notes for the next round. But with that being said, stuck on CT, that's going to be Hammer taking down Platinum in a flawless second round win.
Yeah, we see a very, very valiant attempt coming out from the attackers, forcing up on that round. And, you know, they didn't force up so much that it would hurt their rifle round coming up. Maybe they can afford just a little bit less utility, but really that's not what matters. What matters right now is the firepower. And if we look at the side of Looter's fan club, they're defending on Bind, and well, they don't have the right tools for the job. They're still bringing SMGs to this round, whereas UBC Premier Team, well, they're bringing nothing but Vandals and Phantoms here. And so we see
Vandals
the
and Phantoms, man. With that being said, right now, Eclipse finding... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hemmer finding that first kill onto Nibbler. I'm not sure where Hemmer was. Oh, he was right behind Eclipse. That makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of aggressive plays coming out right now. A minute 17 left on the clock. It's going to be an aggressive B push again. And honestly, this is your best bet on Bind. Usually, most of the time, it's going to be that aggressive B push. There's a lot of angles for both teams to hold. Cat almost getting that double kill. That's going to be Emma Person going down. Platinum following up immediately on Cat. And Nacho taking down Platinum. The back and forth still. Hellfire going down on B side. That spike's going to go down, but the sacrifice of Sankiru. That's going to be Hammer with the follow-up 3K onto Nacho. Platinum taking down Durza. It's looking good for both sides right now, but that Sage needs to keep herself alive. That's going to be Eclipse going for that defuse, and that Sage not really following up too well. Platinum going down and Eclipse securing it with a defuse 3 rounds in a row. A little bit of a familiar story from last game.
Well, I mean, we're gonna see, you know, a little bit of a force buy up here. It is a kind of sad force buy because, you know, you have 3,000, you know, credits in your bank, and so you really want to buy something with it, because if you were to, you know, not buy anything, you'd have a little bit of a surplus of money going into a rifle round, and they will go for a light buy here, but looks like that surplus of money is going to be all happy, is going to be all fine for them, and we're just seeing... UBC is on defense and Looter's fan club is on attack. Sorry, we were miscasting that a little bit earlier.
Oh, my bad.
That's all cleared up now. And so we see the force buy towards A. I like this play because it's able to get things done, but Eclipse is also able to get things done. And, well, I'm a person. He now has a Vandal in his hands.
Yes, you are a person. I'm glad you know that, Coco. Durza, though, Durza trying to find that next kill, taking down Platinum, and that's going to be another win for UBC. Yes, UBC winning once again. It's a yikes situation for Looters right now. They need to be able to bring this back on their own defensive side. Again, this is the story we've seen before. Hammer going 10 and 1 right now between 4 different rounds. That's insanity.
Yeah, well, Looters fan club, they're going to have to get a good offense here going. You know, they're going to have to really step this up because UBC, well, they have 4 rounds already. That's going to start to look really, really good for them. Their ultimates will be coming up, and those will absolutely be able to secure them rounds. And Hammer, with that orbital strike that we saw, I believe 2 rounds ago it was, just able to pick up that spike planter and, you know, really make things work for his team.
Nibbler right now going for the grenade, looking for the same exact action that they had in round 2. Not going to find it again, almost trying to find the headshots on Cargo Crate. It's going to barely miss, unfortunately, and not able to really secure anything else afterwards. Give me a rotate on to, again, going just kind of back and forth. They're really trying to figure out where to find that opening pick and what is the safer option to pick out. Cat with the operator right now, going down B long, trying to find Platinum, but unfortunately, Platinum just outside of Cat's reach for them. Hellfire going to go down in the middle of B. That's going to force the Rays to move back a little bit. Cat do end up finding that kill on the Platinum. Nibbler, though, on the site now, looking for that other Rays. That's going to be Durza going down, and B site is looking very prominent for the attackers. Looters right now trying to find that final little push. That spike's going to go down, and that's going to be Hammer and Eclipse, Batman and Robin trying to find the rotate around the elbow, and CT trying to find some sort of kill. Neural Theft going down. That's going to reveal their locations, but that's not going to affect Hammer. He still finds that headshot on, that kill onto Nibbler, and that might be the end of the round right now there. But no, they choose not to save. They want to keep forcing up and trying to get these kills. It's a 2v3, but if anyone had to do it, it might be Hammer and Eclipse. Eclipse going for the defuse. Hammer looking for the follow-up. Eclipse takes down I'm a Person, and that might be too little too late. Hammer takes down Nacho, and Senkiro takes down Hammer. That is going to be a 4-1 right now. 1 point on the board for Looters, bringing it at least away from the donut to a single point.
Yeah, and I mean, that does absolute wonders for their economy, as, you know, Platinum, who will be able to buy up here. I do believe that Senkiro bought him a rifle, but he'll be sitting on 2,700 this round. I mean, Sage's utility is not exactly the cheapest, but still Platinum will probably be able to, you know, buy up an operator next round if they do want to go for that route. But if they're able to hold on to these rifles, their economy will start to build. And for the defense, you know, their economy's still not in the best place ever, having just lost that round. You know, they're looking at, you know, possibly having the light buy if they do lose this round.
Yeah, it's interesting to keep note that Eclipse and Hammer chose not to save. That would have helped their economy quite a bit, but instead they did force up and get a few kills, but unfortunately that round loss is going to hurt quite a bit. Cat getting that first kill down onto Platinum. Hunter's Fury going out from, I believe that is I'm a Person. Not going to connect to anyone, I believe, and that's Hammer taking out Nibbler and U-Haul. It's a trade, potentially back and forth. Hammer getting that first kill. He's not able to find the refrag. The molly goes down, but unfortunately, I think
that's the wrong place for that.
A wrong place to get your molly, huh? And that is going to be a rotate going to be. Cat backing off from that B-long angle. That's going to give the attackers permission to move up without much of a contest. They're going slow. They want the enemies to they want their enemies to think it's still an A attack. But by now, ready? That sound cue is going to let them know the rotate needs to happen. You can see from Durza and Hammer, the rotate is already beginning now. The angles on Garden are effective, and that's going to be one kill going down to Nacho. Arnold with the follow-up on the Senkiro. I'm a Person finds Arnold, but Eclipse finds I'm a Person in the refrag. And again, 5-1, going to boost their economy from when it seemed like a possible safe option or light buy option. Now they can go as heavy as they want.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to see a light buy come out from the attacking side, which is Looter's Fanclub. They only have one round in this half to speak for themselves. And so, you know, they're going to try and make anything happen here. Platinum, he does have the res, and Nibbler very close to that showstopper. And Nacho as well, 2 points away from his orbital strike. And the orbital strike, well, that's just that'll pop any site open. And so, it looks like they are aware of that aggression up A.
It will pop any side open. We have seen some misplays with that as well this game. Eclipse getting the double kill though right off the bat, barely 30 seconds in. But there's a takedown secure with the Boombot, and that's going to help with the follow-up on I'm a Person. I don't even know if they saw I'm a Person or if that was just a spray. Suddenly, Nacho's in a really bad spot. They do get the headshot. They find it on Arnold. The follow-up onto Hammer is there, but unfortunately a little bit of a whiff there, and that's going to be the follow-up on Durza 3K. Anchoring on the site. The spike did go down, thankfully for them, but it's not going to be enough.
There's no one good to give the defuse to on the defense because they all have ultimates. Who wants that ult point when they already have all the ones that they could possibly want? But that round, it will, one, secure a good rifle round for the attackers here, and also, they have now 3 ultimates on the board, so that could also really help them out. And, you know, Nacho, he'll be able to pop open a site, like, really, you know, no problem whatsoever. And then Platinum as well with a res, possibly a complete round turnaround for the utilization of that res. And Nibbler, well, it's a showstopper. You know, you're going to expect some pretty flashy plays here.
I hope we get some flashy plays. They're some of my favorite plays. But with that being said, it's an early aggression right now. Not a lot to really say to be completely... Never mind. Nibbler taking down Cat, and that's going to be your top frag off the board. You lose out on the Empress this round, but Sage does have the revive. We could see the comeback of Cat at the end of the round, or even the middle. Right now, though, it is kind of a stalemate between the two teams. Nibbler could push up, but there's the tripwire in the way to catch them out, and there's a lot of defense on B. It is just Eclipse by himself. Luckily, there's not much of a contest on A either. The spike gets picked up, and they're going to rotate to B.
Showstopper just painting the wall there, and well, the defense, they're already 2 people down. I mean, they do have these ultimates, but that's you know, this is really you're not in a good position if you're defending this. You do have orbital strike, and I think he will want to pull us out here. Yep, we will see him on his little gauntlet. That will force them out of hookah. And that will give these guys a pretty good chance into this, clearing out the corner with Molly. And well, it's Nibbler on the op.
Yeah, Nibbler on the offense.
God.
Proven to be scary once and for all. Again, 3K on the op against Hammer, and that is going to secure a second round on Looter's side. Looter's side. And that's going to be...
He just shot through a smoke to get the 3K. He's completely blind. I'll take it, and he got it.
I mean, you got to do what it takes, you know? That was beyond impressive. We see the double op coming out from the attacking side. We have Nibbler and Platinum both with their respective ops. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think generally you should really have one op per team, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Well, double op on defense, it's a very, you know, expensive. But yeah, no, this double op on attack, you know, it is pretty much unheard of. And well, Cypher giving away his position right away with that little toss out there of the Cypher cage. And looks like the double op will decide to move back, and they're looking towards B. Nacho faking out the ult.
Spike dropped, and the closest thing we can call mid on bind. Both teams trying to scout out what to do. We've seen traditionally a lot of B plants so far. It's actually been kind of 50-50 if it's A or B. They really like to play the rotate game. Bathroom's completely neglected every single round on the attack. Nibbler, though, going to pick up that spike and rotate to B. It looks like that might be the superior site, and they chose correctly because although Cat and Platinum... Yeah, I'm sorry, Cat is on that side. It is going to be the lesser of the lesser parts of the team. It is going to be 2 people instead of 3, with Cat and Arnold both watching the crossfire. That's going to allow them to get the rotate already on the defensive side before the aggressive plays already come out. Nacho taking down Cat. It's going to be a back and forth right now. The defender's down a person right now. Again, Empress nowhere to be seen this round. Durza through the smoke, wants to get something. Showstopper coming out. No, gets denied in the air. Wow, Platinum taking down Durza like that. Beautiful. Eclipse taking down Nibbler, and to put the salt on the wound, Arnold revives Durza. Sekiro taking down Eclipse, and Hammer taking down Nacho. Ooh. Seeing a lot of Ditto trains right now between the two teams, and Platinum again taking down someone with the op. I'm a person takes down Durza, and the attackers wanted that so bad, and they deserved it. Another round win for Looter's Fan Club.
Well, you know, that double op last round, they only get to bring one of the ops into this round, and, you know, looks like that double op, it did work out, but looks like, you know, okay, cool, it worked, but let's just go back to 4 rifles and 1 op. And Platinum, I have to say, those flick shots were absolutely beautiful, just completely shutting down Dursa. You know, he was trying to get through with that showstopper and make something happen, make something flashy, but no, Platinum's in the server, you don't get to do that, you don't get to fly.
Man, Platinum is just crazy with the op as well. Them and Nibbler, I want to say, are the MVPs of the ops in this set so far between the two teams. But right now, man, right now it's looking so good for UBC. They're holding such a comfortable position. Speaking of which, Durza takes down Nacho. You lose. Ooh, Platinum unfortunately missing a shot. Somewhat unheard of, and that's going to be the grenade taking down Platinum. They didn't want to move too quick because that would have been a refrag, and Nibbler through hookah window takes down 1, looking for 2. Satchel charge almost connecting to 3 different kills. Not quite enough though. That's going to be Cat taking down Nibbler. Going up next, Sekiro doing the same exact thing as Nibbler along with his teammate I'm a person. Turza going down next, and I'm a person with the double kill taking down Cat. Sekiro looking like he's going to get that defuse. Plant down. And again, the CT push from Eclipse and Hammer. Batman and Robin trying to take down the Penguin and the Joker. It's going to be a back and forth. I'm not really sure how this is going to go, because this could go one of 2 ways. Either the attackers win or the defenders win. Sekiro taking down Hammer. Eclipse right now in a 1v2 situation. We've seen him clutch it out before, but are we going to see it again? He looks around cargo crate. He finds I'm a person, gets the headshot on him. Now it's going to be a matter of Cypher versus Cypher. This is actually Spy versus Spy, if you remember those comics. But Sekiro comes out on top, getting them 4 points on the board, and that's Sekiro taking down Eclipse. 2-point lead now for UBC, what was once a really, really strong, I think, 5-point lead. Now going to be a 6-4.
Yeah, well, I mean, UBC
Okay.
Premier Team, one thing that, you know, has been working in their favor, but also, as we saw last round, working against them. They're a little bit, you know, they don't want to rotate off too quickly, and so that was really just, you know, 3 of them on that site, and then not willing to rotate in those extra 2 because Looter's fan club, they have done that so many times where they go to one site and then they actually circle back, having rotated off a few of them. So we're starting to see, you know, UBC Premier Team get a little bit worried and not wanting to, you know, commit too heavily to one site and keep them nice and spread out.
Now, unlike Haven, where we saw mostly C plants come out from Looter's side, we're actually seeing a big, you know, 50-50 almost difference whether or not they actually go for the site. So I guess it's like, they divide 100 by 3, like 60, 66,
33.3.
33, you're right. We're seeing like a
doesn't go in 3 times.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I had to think about that for a second. Yeah, we're seeing like a 1/3 chance of whatever happens. A, B, and just no plant at all. Right now, looking like, well, the spike is actually nowhere to be seen. 50 seconds left. It looks like we're going to see no plant this time, just playing straight up for picks this time around. Platinum taking down Cat and Hammer, following up against Sekiro, and Platinum taking down, reviving Nacho. This is going to give them an even man count. The Nibbler goes back and retrieves the spike, and it looks like they're going to be dedicating themselves to a B plant again. The wall going to be cutting off Garden. That's going to force them to go either hookah or no. Instead, they're going to translate themselves over to A site where Eclipse and Hammer are. Eclipse, though, beginning to rotate back to B, realizes his mistake and goes back. Showstopper coming out from Nibbler, looking for that kill. Blood hungry, trying to connect it, and it's not going to connect anybody. Eclipse playing from heaven right now, really wants to find the follow-up, and there we go. Hammer sneaking around, taking out Nibbler, and Platinum follows up with taking down Hammer. Nacho taking out Eclipse as well, and that's going to be a defender win because that spike did not go down. They ran out of time because it was in East Guam for at least 90% of the match.
What was so beautiful there at the end of the round, Hammer securing that round for his team. He heard the spike going down. He knew they didn't have time to replant it. And so he just peeks out. He doesn't care if he dies so long as he gets that spike from being planted. And, well, we saw exactly that, and they gave themselves pretty much a free round, a free 7th round here.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what was going on with that spike. I mean, obviously, we're casters, we're analysts. We know what they were doing, but it was just way too late for the pickup. And then the rotate the B site and the last minute change to go into A, all that time just added up and did not bode well for them. B site, again, could be held by 3 different people this time. You see a lot of back and forth for the defenders and how many people hold each site. And it's worked out really well in their favor so far, just keeping the mix-up going, keeping the attacking team on their toes. And right now, it's looking like this might be a rough plan. Cat taking down Nibbler, the greatest coming down, taking down Nacho as well. Cat with a double kill, gonna follow up, and Durza with a follow-up of their own. 2 double kills on B site. The showstopper coming down, 3K from Platinum. A flawless win, and an attempt to take down A site.
Gotta have some fun at the end of the half, you know. Orbital strike your teammates, why not? Dursa won you that round, but sure, orbital strike him in the face anyways. You know.
Oh, we've all been there. College gets crazy sometimes, orbital striking your roommates and your friends. But the new half is a little different than we saw on Haven. It was actually, I believe, I have to check my notes real quick. I want to say this is actually closer. No, it's actually the same. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm just bunny hopping back and forth on this. This is around the same scoreline we had seen in the second half of the Haven match we saw last time. I believe it was 7-5, but it's only going to be a 1-point difference between the two teams, being slightly in UBC's favor this time around. But now that they're on attack, this might be a very different story. Speaking of which, though, Platinum taking down Durza right off the bat with that classic kill, and we're going to see the B almost in a rush, it seems. It's going to stall out a little bit inside Hookah. It depends whether or not Arnold can get a follow-up kill. Nibbler, though, going to clap back and get that kill onto Arnold.
What a jumping shot from Platinum. He's going to start to run out of ammo, though, and Eclipse, well, he's more than happy to capitalize on that.
Hammer taking down Nibbler. It's going to be a 3v2 this time around. But yeah, Batman and Robin seeming... Oh, no, I'm sorry. They are still alive. But I meant Nacho and Senkiro. Still last one's alive right now. Nacho looking like he's going to go for the flank follow-up. There's no Sage Wall, so you won't be able to defend yourself from Heaven or a green box push like we see Sankiru going for right now. He's blinded out by the smokes. He's looking for a headshot. I don't think he's going to want to fire blindly. And so there we go, the smoke going down. He does see a gun sticking out, but the hitbox isn't going to register right away. Spycam finds him. That's going to be the leader coming out. He takes down Eclipse. Hammer looking for that follow-up. He's going to get the double kill on the Hammer as well. Cat taking down Nacho, and that's not going to be enough for the defuse. Cat with a double kill with the Ghost at the very end. Going to secure the first round win for UBC, bringing it to a 9-4. Not only do you need double the kills you have right now for looters, you need to add one to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, looters, they're gonna really need to pull together at this point, just because, you know, if you start to drop some of these rounds, well, you're not gonna get another chance. You know, we have the next rifle round coming up where they will, I'd say, most likely have a little bit of a firepower advantage, as some of these SMGs, well, it's gonna be pretty much a free round for the offensive UBC Premier team, and so, you know, we're gonna see some of those SMGs move into the round 3 rifle round, and, you know, they will have to win that round, otherwise we could just see a 13-4 scoreline.
We very well could see a 13-4 scoreline. I want to give looters a little bit more credit. I think they could at least get 2 more rounds before we hit that 13 mark. But again, I see where you're coming from with those projections. Platinum already taking down Eclipse, though. This might throw us in for a loop, Coco. And Jers is looking for that grenade. He knows at least one is going to be inside Garden, but he gets the double kill on Nacho and Platinum. Jers again with the grenade, wants to find another one. It's going to find out that B site is almost completely clear, except for I'm a person hiding inside cargo crate. I'm a person gets a classic double kill. Arnold follows up, however, and that's going to leave it to a 2v2, managing to even itself out. Actually, I'm pretty surprised about that. Hammer and Platinum right now need to figure out and coordinate together what they want to do to take this site back. We do have Sinkiro right now looking around for any potential angles, but little do they know, both of the attackers are relatively off the site. They're going to be hiding in Teleporter. Nibbler's looking around on Garden, not finding a whole lot of action, and suddenly, Stim Beacon on the floor. Arnold with the double kill, taking both down with almost no problem at all. That's going to be a 10-4.
Well, like I said, it all comes down to this rifle round. If Looter's fan club is able to get this rifle round to go in their favor, and Nibbler going for the Odin, actually, I love to see this sort of gun come out, just because it's gonna either do everything or not do enough. But with that, it looks as though, you know, we're not seeing that big of a buy come out from UBC. You know, they're just going ghosts, and looks like they're just going to save up for the next round. Normally we see this round 3 rifle buy, but opting just for a light buy, wanting to bring that economy advantage into the next round. And if they win this round, well, they're going to be sitting more than pretty.
What has been neglected for most of this round is going to be a full-on bathroom push. They are playing pistols again. They are saving a lot. Boombot going down. Not a carrot in the world. Triple kill with the Phantom take with Senkiro. That's going to shut down a lot of the attack right there. That's going to be a potential point on the board. 4K from Sank. That's going to be a flawless win that they desperately needed on Looter's side. It's going to bring it 10-5. It's still an uphill battle. But winning a safe round like that isn't the worst thing in the world, but it is a good start to the momentum.
Yeah, what Looter's fan club really need now is to just go on a tear, ruin the economy, just really bring out, pull all the stops, you know, end your strat book, use every single strat you have written down, and just, you need to pick up these rounds, because otherwise, if this gets out of hand, well, it's all over for you, and we're going to see the 2-0 sweep.
We might very well see that 2-0 sweep from UBC. I can't say I'm too surprised if we do, but so far, everyone's been holding up pretty well, all things considered. Now, with that being said, though, we are seeing an aggressive play from B-Site again. I'm excited to see how this is going to go down. We've seen B-Site be contested quite a bit on both halves. Unfortunately for Looters, for UBC, a little bit more of a not straightforward contest, if that makes any sense. It's been a lot more one-sided, I suppose. Better wording. Eclipse looking at the top of boxes, trying to find any heads. Unfortunately, looking away just in time for the rotate on Hammer, I believe. No, I'm sorry, Nacho to rotate just in time. And that's going to be a bit of a stalemate all around for the attacking team. They're not really excuse me, they're not really sure what they want to do. Sekiro taking out Cat. I'm a person following up next, taking out Durza and Arnold with a double kill. I'm a person finds Eclipse and Hammer finishing it off with a double kill right now. It's 2 to 1, and the rotate to A. Finally, the crazy rotate. Nibbler realizing that, oh geez, I just wasted my ult. They rotated. I gotta get to A as quick as I humanly can. That's gonna be the plant going down on A site. The wall comes up, and that's gonna deny a lot of the push from Nibbler. The only option they really have is maybe going Heaven, but they opt for CT instead. The wall goes up. They had no knowledge of where it was going to be. They can only attack from one way, but instead they put a little bit of damage into the Sage wall, letting it go down a little bit faster, and no one's on the spike. They're all going to be playing inside a bathroom. They know Nibbler's going to push up, and immediately the Sage goes down, and Hammer, the follow-up king, takes down Nibbler, bringing it 11 to 5. One more round on UBC side, and that's going to be match point, and actually set point between the two teams.
Yeah, and Lootre's fan club, it's this rifle round or bust pretty much. You know, they're gonna have to win this, otherwise, well, it's gonna be all over for them, because UBC Premier Team, they're not one to throw away opportunities, and they have an opportunity here for match point, and we're 4 seconds out from this, and I'm excited to get into this round as well. It's going to be something very, very special.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Again, you know, I have faith in Lootre still. They performed very excellently game number 1, and they're not showing up as much as we saw in game number 2. And hopefully we can start seeing that momentum change. They did win a few rounds, but just not enough so far.
Well, in this half, they've only been able to pick up 1 round so far. Just UBC really doing very well for themselves in this half.
And Cat taking down Sankru already. That's not a good start. Losing your probably most consistent player on Looter's side, and that's going to be the Odin through the wall, taking down Durza. Hellfire goes out, and it looks like it doesn't matter because Cat gets the refrag no matter what, squeezing the life out of Nibbler. I'm a person looking for that Hunter's Fury right now. Not going to connect, unfortunately, to anybody. I think he might have taken a little bit of damage off of the Sage. But that's going to be Cat going down, and it's a 1v1. Plant is dead. And suddenly, I'm a person needs to find again. How are you going to get this diffuser when there's 3 people on the board trying to find you and kill you? You already used your ult. Now would be a great time to use it, but unfortunately, it's already wasted. Shots went off. They know exactly where he's at. The lines of sight are there. He can't push this, and Durza from behind takes them down.
Yeah, now, I mean, you know, they don't have enough. It's going to come down to a light buy for them. And that's really all they have left in the tank. They're going to have to buy everything they can possibly afford. We see a Stinger. We see some Spectres coming out. 1 Phantom on I'm a Person in Platinum. Well, he only has 1,400 there, and he will buy up a Sheriff.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
It's their last hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Promo Gaming, we are 12-5 on map 2. Set point for UBC Premier over Looter's Fan Club. If the attackers win this next round, we will be done for the night. This will be the best of 3 going down. But if we see a 7-round, I believe my math is right, an 8-round win in a row.
7 to overtime.
That's right, 7 to overtime +1. We will see map number 3. But right now it's going to be Mount Everest to climb. Platinum right now already holding on to Hookah. It's a save round 2 for your potentially last round. We see Sage with the Sheriff, Hammer with the double kill right away. The momentum on Looter's Fan Club, unfortunately, just not what we saw in map number 1. Cat following up with the rest of his team in the rotates, and we see the rotates on the defensive side being incredibly slow as well. And that looks like the Sage might be catching out on that tripwire if they don't identify it right away. They're playing slow, but they do revive Nibbler. They do revive them, and they realize where Nibbler died, and that's going to be a huge line of sight going into Marketplace. It's looking like a firing squad already. Cat taking down Nibbler, Cat taking down Nacho with a follow-up double kill. And last but not least, in one final... Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's 2 left alive still. Nibbler was the only one that went down. Durza... I'm sorry, Hammer taking out Platinum, and that's going to be Person taking out Durza, and Eclipse taking out I'm a Person. That is going to be 13-5, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-0 set win point for maps in UBC Premier's favor.
Well, that was quite the attacker side from UBC Premier Team. They only gave up one round there whatsoever. And I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, Hemmer just 23 and 8, Cat 15 and 11. Just what a performance coming out from those two players. I mean, oh.
Performance indeed. Both teams played really well. Unfortunately, Looters, I don't know if they just haven't scrimmed or maybe even played Bind as much as they have Haven, but we just did not see the same performances we saw in map 1. Now, that might have been the way the sides went initially. We did see, I believe we saw, we did see UBC Premier go for the attack in map number 1 and Haven first, and then they brought it back on defense on the second half. This time they started on the reverse, and that gave UBC a huge lead in the beginning, and they just ran away with it. And unfortunately, after a while, they just lost steam. It looks like we're getting Eclipse in here for an interview. This is going to be a very entertaining one, guys. Definitely not something you want to miss.
Hey,
Hello, Eclipse. Ooh, knock on wood.
How's it going?
Good. I mean, that was quite the series to watch.
We really wanted to get our revenge for the tournament. So even though they split up, it still felt good.
Yeah, it felt good indeed. We're really impressed by the amount of effort you guys put in for those matches. So the number one question I think a lot of people have, what were you guys thinking about on Nibbler in Haven? Just 3K after 3K almost every round. It seemed like he had your number until he didn't. So what happened there? What was your thought process?
Yeah, so he picked Jet, so we knew he was gonna opt because Jet's a really mobile opper. And we couldn't really avoid him because he was gonna switch sites every round, right? So we decided to default and try to figure out where he was and just basically avoid him because he doesn't miss.
Yeah, apparently not. It was interesting. I don't think either of us really picked up that from what it sounds like, your entire strategy evolved around avoiding Nibbler as soon as possible and just letting him stall out. Because I think he was really aggressively, and that's where he got the majority of his kills in the beginning of each round. But as it went on, he had less potential for doing so. What was your thought process on Bind? I mean, you guys just performed so much better than I think you did on Haven. Was it the sides you started on in the beginning?
I think for our team, our go-to map is actually Bind. So we're always confident. If you look back at our matches, I don't think we've lost Bind. So we were really happy when he picked Bind. I think our setup is just really strong for it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Well, in that second half, I mean, they only got one round on you, so your bind play was just looking phenomenal. You were really just sitting back and letting them make slight mistakes, and then you can capitalize on those and really rush into sight and force off those early rotations.
Yeah, so I think our T side on Bind, we just know how to work hookah and A short and keep them guessing. Although there was one round that we just brute force B, and they had like 4 of them, I think. But yeah, in general, disregarding that round, I think we had a good T side.
Yeah, I really think overall your T side was really nice to see. My final question tonight is about Arnold. We were told he was a replacement. Is he going to be a permanent replacement for the circuit, or is he just subbing in for the games tonight?
Yeah, he's gonna be our starting member, starting today. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, he had an excellent performance as well. His Sage definitely much better performing than we've seen a lot of other Sages in promo gaming so far. And I think he's going to set a new precedent of how Sage players should play.
Really dependable solo site holder. On C, on Haven, we can really rely on him to solo hold and just delay them with Sage.
I just have a final question of my own, and I'm just wondering, the UBC versus UCI rivalry and how it felt to win over the team that best them in the final of the tournament.
It felt nice, but they did split up, so we didn't have to play against Go Zig or Go Home. So even though they split up, it still felt nice. but it wasn't like the exact team that beat us.
The spirit was still there, but you beat it out in that way. But, Eclipse, thank you again for coming on for the interview. It was so nice to see your teams duke it out again against someone else and coming out on top 2-0 on your maps tonight. Hopefully, we'll continue to see an excellent performance going forward. With that being said, I think we are done for the night.
Yep.
I think we only had 2
I
play
just
games.
have a quick little spiel at the moment. I'm just trying to get our socials up. Where are they?
He beat me to it. Shucks.
Alrighty, so for Promo Gaming, go and check them out on YouTube. And they have a new video called Week 1 Highlights. This is some funny moments and some absolutely jaw-dropping plays. And on Instagram, you can find them at Official Promo Gaming. And on Twitter, if you want, just tweet at them. And their at is, well, at Real Promo Gaming. And if I didn't say at enough in that sentence, I need to change my attitude. And so...
Sound like a Star Wars character.
Absolutely. And, I think that's all from me. I've been Coco, and you can tweet at me, at Scambion, hurl anything you want.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter as well as at Keglenek, KEGLUNNEQ. Yeah, say whatever you want to me. I'm sure I'll have a kick out of it regardless. But make sure you follow both of us and Promo on Twitter. We'd love to have you guys come back to see future games. We'd love to see you guys interact with us and interact with you guys as well as a community. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. And don't forget that Twitter handle, at Real Promo Gaming.